And to talk more about the appointment of Boying Remulla as Ombudsman, we have with us on the show Mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Leila de Lima. Good morning, Congresswoman. Welcome back.
Good morning, Gretchen. Good morning to your listeners and viewers.
Congresswoman, we had Justice Antonio Carpio earlier and we asked for his reaction. At sabi po niya, naging estudyante niya itong si Secretary Remulla, hardworking daw at he's shown to have political will when it comes to, for example, the missing Sabongeros case. Do you agree with that? Was he a strong candidate for you for the office of the Ombudsman? Or do you have your qualms about this appointment?
I basically and essentially agree with the belief that he has strong political will. Meron siyang tapang, meron siyang courage. Ang kailangan na lang na i-prove niya, ipakita niya sa atin, yung kanyang independence. Nawala siya talaga siyang sasantuhin. No sacred cows. Without fear or favor, he will be fulfilling his mandate because his is a very sensitive, it's a very important, significant mandate. Lalo na sa ngayon, lalo na sa mga nangyayaring yun. It's actually a most challenging mission of a lifetime, yung pagiging ombudsman ngayon. So yun ang kailangan pa niyang ipakita sa sambayanan na kaya niya na magpanagot, mag-imbestiga ng seryoso, honest to goodness, na magpanagot kahit sino pa man siya, kahit pinakamataas na opisyal ng ating bayan. Basta may ebidensya, kailangan talagang mapanagot. Pero yung in terms of courage, in terms of political will, I think we can trust him with us. He has the right personality. He has the right mindset. He has the right direction. So, as I said, I have to show enough and genuine independence as to the fulfillment of his mandate.
How difficult would that be for him, knowing that he is deeply entrenched in the political system? He comes from the Remulla family. And what actions would you like to see from him? I guess the first actions to demonstrate impartiality.
Well, actually, you just really have to take seriously his mandate. Yes, we can say that he is essentially and primarily and originally a political animal because he started in the field of politics. He ran for office in Congress a long time politician. And that is why that would be his most difficult challenge, to divest himself of political interest, to divest himself of political consideration. Again, no sacred cows, not even, a consideration of the appointing authority, the president. You should not take that into consideration. No one is supposed to be beyond accountability, not even the appointing authority, not even his relatives who are mostly also in politics and also in government positions that who are potential subjects of investigation that can be a possible risk of his mandate.
There are those who criticize the choice as a clear effort to prevent a Sara Duterte presidency in 2028. Do you think that criticism has any basis?
Pardon? Again, please. You're not coming in clear.
There are those who criticize. There are those who criticize his choice as a move to prevent a Sara Duterte presidency in 2028. Do you think that criticism has basis?
Actually, that is an unfair criticism. Kasi nga sa ngayon, ang talagang kailangan yung matapang na ombudsman. And, yung mga, kasi in the first place, napaka-unfair naman talaga yung mga ginawa nila. Their moves to block the Ombudsman bid of Boying Remulla. They filed one case after another. And I should say these were actually baseless. These were harassment suits. Yung tungkol nga doon sa pag-implement ng warrant of arrest ng ICC, pag-assist in the implementation of Interpol dun sa warrant of arrest as issued by the ICC. That was a valid and lawful warrant of arrest issued by independent tribunal with competent jurisdiction. So what were they talking about? Nasabi nila it was a case of unlawful arrest. It was a case of kidnapping. Of course not. So yun ang kanilang basis ng nasunod-sunod na mga kaso. Up to the very last minute, they were trying to block the yung bid sa JBC, Judicial and Bar. It's improper. It was quite unfair. So this allegation that it was part of, it's now a part of blocking the presidency, the possible presidential bid of the vice president is, I think, without basis. Naman nga ngayon, ang katulad ni Boying Remulla as Ombudsman. It's the call of the times, because of the very serious situation our country is now facing.
So you don't believe that has merit, yung ganun pong agam-agam? Maaaring magamit po yung opisina ng Ombudsman for political retribution and political survival?
I don't think so. And I think it's part of the challenge kay newly appointed Ombudsman Boying Remulla na ipakita niya na yung kanyang magiging moves, especially in terms of investigation, ay walang mga partisan or political colors, but it should be purely based on the evidence and the law. Yun dapat ang kasama sa magiging challenge sa kanya.
You said it is the call of the times to have
Yes.
Boying Remulla as
It's
Ombudsman.
It's clarion call. Yes.
Why? Why do you say that? How did the past Ombudsman perform for you, in your opinion?
Well, the past Ombudsman, look, ang daming issues surrounding the performance of the former Ombudsman. Look at his stand sa SAL-N. So what kind of an Ombudsman would be putting a lot of restrictions about the SAL-N and also about the lifestyle check. So I think Ombudsman Boying Remulla should now revisit the policies of the former Ombudsman Samuel Martirez on SAL-N. Dapat transparent, but
Correct.
with enough safeguards to avoid abuses naman on the disclosures of SAL-Ns. Also the lifestyle check. There should be stronger mechanisms on the employment or adoption of the lifestyle check. Isa yan sa napaka-importante na mga mechanism to check on yung mga abusive practices, excesses ng mga public officials natin. So yung mga ganyang mga policies ng Ombudsman, they have to be revisited by the new Ombudsman. So napaka-effective actually yung former Ombudsman, and that is why I think it contributed significantly sa situation natin ngayon that we really now have a very serious problem about corruption. I call now the state of corruption as a syndicated official corruption. Yung nangyayari ngayon, especially sa infrastructure and flood control projects.
Before we go there, as I wanted to talk about the ICI probe, but I'd just like to ask about how the appointment of Boying Remulla changes the bid to hold the Vice President accountable for the use of confidential funds. Alam po natin na marami pong mga grupo nag-aantay ng Pebrero para mag-file ng isa pang impeachment case. Paano po kaya magbabago yung dynamic na yan? Although the Vice President is an impeachable official, at sabi po ni Justice Carpio, pwede lamang mag-file ng kaso before the Sandigan Bayan. Your thoughts on that? How does this influence the impeachment?
Well, okay. For one thing, even if the Vice President is an impeachable official, nothing naman can prevent an appropriate agency or an appropriate official like the Ombudsman from undertaking investigation for the purpose of filing appropriate cases later on. Diba? Kasi for yung impeachment naman kasi, that's for the purpose of removing an impeachable official because he or she cannot be removed from office except through impeachment. But later, he can be subjected to other cases, to prosecution, to a civil and a criminal prosecution for the purpose of filing those cases later. For example, for plunder cases, nothing can prevent the Office of the Ombudsman from already starting some kind of an internal investigation or gathering evidence or fact-finding. Wala namang ganong constitutional or legal prohibition. But of course, kung tungkol sa impeachment, since ganon ang nangyari sa Supreme Court at sa Senado, na nila yung impeachment sa complaint, yung articles of impeachment, then people play that to wait until February kung hindi marireconsider. And it looks like it na hindi na marireconsider. Wala man lang nga tayong naririnig pa from the Supreme Court on the various motions of the
Oo nga po, medyo matagal-tagal na.
Before it. Oo nga.
But one thing that Justice Carpio mentioned, ito may power ang ombudsman to get bank documents from AMLA, and including the SALN. So, maaring maisiwalat. Pero let's go to the ICI probe. You said you called on Congress to or rather the President to certify as urgent a bill giving ICI more teeth. What kind of bill is running through Congress right now? And where do you think these investigations are headed? Kasi po, in Congress, nag-wrap up na po yung mga hearings po ninyo on flood control. In the Senate, it looks like it's headed in the same direction. Ano po ang aasahan ng taong bayan po dito?
Okay. Talaga namang hinihintay na namin yung ang aksyon ng House leadership tungkol sa aming House Bill number 4453. 13 or 13 po yung pumirma ng House Bill number 4453. Nagtataka lang kami, wala pang aksyon tungkol doon yung House leadership, although nakausap na po namin si Speaker, the new Speaker, Boji D, very open and receptive naman po siya dyan sa House Bill yan na magbibigay ng seat at mas malakas, more powers sa isang independent commission dahil nga po yung Executive Order number 94 na nag-create ditong ICI sa tingin namin does not have enough seat, lalo na yung contempt powers. Wala pong contempt powers. Tapos, hindi pa po siya open and public yung proceedings. At napaka-importante po niya na dapat open and open to the public or transparent yung proceedings. Sa aming bill, dapat po talaga open to the public ang proceedings. Tapos, tungkol din po sa sunset clause sa PO number 94. Para sa amin, nakakaduda po yun. Yung sunset clause po, sabi sa section 10 ng PO 94, yung ICI ay magiging functions official yung kanyang mandate o matatapos na po yung kanyang mandate, yung kanyang existence, kapag tapos na yung kanyang trabaho, or unless sooner resolved by the President, ay nakakaduda po yun. Ang sa amin naman po, sa aming bill, may term po siyang 2 years para meron pong sense of urgency. Unless, hindi po talaga kaya sa lawak at sa dami na mga dapat gawin. Pero, pwede naman po i-extend ng Kongreso.
Congresswoman,
Ilan lang po yun? Ilan lang po
posible
yun?
po kaya tingin niyo po ba posible ang investigasyon na walang sinasanto? Kasi nga po parang yung iba po ay nagsasabi na baka, actually si Senator Amy Marcos na po nagsabi, mukhang ang gusto lamang dito ay si Zaldico lamang yung managot. At hindi na po ito, kumbaga parang hindi na lahat ay titignan dito sa mga kasong ito. So, do you think it is possible at this point, the way things are going? Or will it be selective justice all over again?
Kaya nga po, mas gusto po namin na ang komisyon na yan ay something to exercise on Congress. Kasi mas truly independent po ang isang Congress-created commission kaysa a presidential creation. Kahit anong sabihin po na ito ay independent, yung ICI, ito po pwede talaga maituturing na truly or genuine na independent ang isang body na created under an EO. Unlike yung isang batas na talagang truly independent with enough powers ng kanyang sakop ay lahat. Hindi lang yung mga agencies ng gobyerno, yung kanyang compulsory powers. Kaya po, yun ang pinaka-aim talaga ng aming House Bill. Wala talaga siyang sasantuhin kahit sa Office of the President kung halimbawa talaga may ebidensya na itutukoy mismo doon sa Office of the President o saan man, kahit mga independent bodies o mga independent commission, lahat. Kaya nga po sinusulong namin ito at nakikiusap po kami sa House leadership tsaka sa Pangulo mismo kung pwede po i-certify na kaagad as urgent itong bill na ito, House Bill 4453.
Okay, we hope you do keep beating the drum on this as the public is looking for answers and for resolutions on this. In the meantime, maraming salamat po para sa inyong oras. We have Mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Leila de Lima joining us this morning.
Maraming salamat, Gretchen. Have a good day.